So the yard's been left abandoned and neglected along with the house. I spoke with both of the neighbors. The owner is probably in Arkansas with some family. It's like an assisted living type situation. Every job I do, there's a pee ball. Couple stickers. I've got a bunch of stickers. Gonna go on the pink one. I Heart Uranus from the Uranus Fudge Factory in Missouri. Then we got this one, panty dropper. That's what we'll call this machine here. Okay, I've got a cool one today. I knocked on the door, nobody's here. Now it could have been longer. He said he's been living here for 2 years. I didn't ask the other neighbor how long it's been. The front porch, we got a bunch of poison ivy. Oh, great. Gotta love these things. They're those little sticky, stick tight things. Oof, they're not sticky yet though. But normally I'll touch your shirt, you can't get them off and you have to pick them off. Trees. Gotta take note. People ask me all the time, do I do a walkthrough? Yeah, there's a gas pipe right there. So I'm gonna watch out for that. There's a small area here. Let's take a look inside. Whew. Well, the house has been thoroughly ransacked. Stinks like crazy. I'm not gonna walk through the house. It smells like Uranus. And more than likely, someone's living in there. The neighbor said there's vagrants over here too, so probably true. Got the yard couch. I don't know how crazy I'm gonna get with this one. But here's what I've noticed. If I don't go crazy, you guys are like, your heart wasn't in it. Some of them, you just do.
Don't ask me how I did it. I just did it. It was hard.
And then you move on. Wow. Just, wow. What is this? They had caution tape. I'm not worried about it. Anybody can get caution tape.
Biggest problem we had in the Revolutionary War is we didn't have enough airports. I hired people. 2 weeks later, the place was blown up. That's true. That was really a productive segment, wasn't it?
Smokey, can you believe it's been 4 years and we're back to this crap again already? I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna crawl back into obscurity and watch Don't Care Juggernaut all day.
A choice has to be made today. All right. So we have the dependable and reliable hustler. This thing's gone through everything. I gave it the nickname the Honey Badger because it doesn't give a damn. And then on this side we have, well, I haven't given it a name, panty dropper. That's what we'll call this machine here. But it's like a tank. Looks like a tank. Well, me, I do stupid stuff. Anyways, having said that, we got to play a quick game. So eeny meeny miny mo. Yeah, let me show you how this feels. Okay, if I were to choose what color my equipment would be, it would all be black, because that's what I do. Just black it out. Having given you guys the choice what color I should paint my equipment, you chose pink, because that's what you do. Now, do I feel any less manly on this thing? No. Why? Because I've got extreme confidence and I can pull it off, and that's what I do. But let me tell you what this eeny meeny miny mo really feels like. Eeny meeny miny mo. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What's up? I'm Kevin Hansen, the Lawn Care Juggernaut, the unofficial mayor of Tulsa, Oklahoma. You're watching the Best Damn Lawn channel on YouTube, and in today's video I'm going to be cleaning up this crazy yard I found in Pryor, Oklahoma. A lot of trees, a lot of grass, a lot of trash, a lot of poison ivy. But as you'll see, I think I'm able to make it look decent. I don't know, this was sometime last year and I have not reviewed this video yet. So
I may get there and go, I think I missed something. If you think I missed something, feel free to let me know. I'm always trying to up my standards and make myself better at what I do. I've been doing lawn service for over 10 years. But having said that, sometimes when I'm cutting an abandoned property like this, you know, it's more of getting it cleaned up, and it's not necessarily making it immaculate and pristine as though somebody was living there. Because if somebody is living at a house, I will always do my best to take it to the next level so that it looks as beautiful as it possibly can for them. Because I know they're living there. I want them to truly appreciate the gift, and I want it to be something that uplifts them and moves their life forward. Now, if you have never seen a lawn care Juggernaut video before, basically that's a rundown of what I do, and I do it all over the country where I can go. Now, I've traveled to 17 states now. I've really loved it. I've enjoyed doing this type of work. But on this channel, what I like to do is I leave commentary, hopefully to inspire or motivate you, educate you in some way. Having said that, I'm not the smartest guy out there, and I'm okay with admitting that. But however, I am good at a few things that I do, and I'm constantly improving a few things that I do, which make those hot topics in my life. And hopefully, if you're going through something similar to that, or you know somebody that's going through something similar to that, it might help you or them through some kind of internal conversation to get you thinking a little bit deeper that day. Because I know that while you're going through social media, there's a lot of channels that are just, well, kind of brainless content where they take away from you. And I'm not saying that as an insult to other creators, but I am saying it's very easy to get caught up on, you know, I don't know, pretty much any social media platform on a channel that's not benefiting you in any way. Honestly, I think Facebook is kind of the worst, because they'll have like 20-minute videos where it's like, hey, watch me, we're about to do this thing, I'm about to do that, it's about to happen, it's about, okay, and then they go talk about, no, it's about to happen, and they kind of suck you into this. We've all experienced one of those videos. You get 20 minutes in and you're like, why did I just destroy 20 productive minutes of my life for a video that had no payoff? So I would like to think that most of the videos that I make on my channel have a payoff. So at the end, if it does, let me know. If it doesn't, say, hey, you should improve in that one area or multiple areas or whatever it might be. I get a lot of requests about picking up grass and, you know, like bagging it. A lot of times when I'm doing these large overgrown properties where the grass is real high, my goal is to knock it down and get it back in shape. And bagging is not something that I do, because you're going to be hauling stuff away. With that said, I did buy a bagging system for my mower this year, specifically for one thing on the property. As you see, this yard has some trash in it. Sometimes I pick that up before I mow, sometimes I pick it up after. Okay, so I'm having issues with this camera. It's about to be retired. Okay, but I do want to throw out that first pee bottle was totally a joke, but that one is not. There's our legitimate pee bottle from this job. Again, every job has one. To be fully clear, the first pee bottle was not real. That one is. I'm not going to do that. That's gross, dude. That's gross. I'm going to have somebody in the comments that's like, why'd you point out the pee bottle? That's disgusting. Like you've never seen a bottle full of yellow liquid on the side of the road. We're all mature adults, except for the people that aren't. But it happens in life, and it's something that occurs on jobs. And I like to point stuff out like that, because if I don't, you can't see what's actually going on, what I'm dealing with. So I like to point out poison ivy or certain obstacles or things like that. So occasionally I'll stop during the job and show you what I'm seeing, because I know you won't be able to see it. And with me saying that the first pee bottle was not real, that was a playful joke. I knew it's been a long time since I made a lawn care Juggernaut video. I wanted to do something that was fun to me, that was some kind of just something fun and interesting. So I put a little bit of body armor in a water bottle. If you want to trip out your friends, throw some body armor in a water bottle, throw it in the lawn. A couple days later, in front of them, pick it up and drink it, and they'll be like, what's going on? Ugh. But you know better. It's not real. With that said, I am dedicated to giving you 100% real content. Any interaction you ever see with people on my channel is all 100% real. I'm saying that because there are channels similar to mine that I'm going to tell you they are not. giving you 100% real interactions. I think that's untruthful. I don't like that. I think it's low integrity. I'm not bashing any other channel, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody's saying it. In all honesty, I think it brings what we're doing down, you know, because we're out there, we're trying to help people. And if somebody's faking content and they're willing to lie about something, what else are they lying about? You know, it's just, to me, I don't like liars. I don't want to vent and I don't want to rant. So we're going to get on to the stuff that I was talking about to better your life. So one of the topics I want to talk about to get your time back is going to be checking the screen time, watch time that you have on your mobile device. And a lot of content creators aren't going to talk about this because they want you to continue watching their content, whether it's good or not. Now, I would like you to continue watching my content because I hope it brings you value. If it doesn't, I don't want you to watch the content because I want you to gain something from what I'm putting out there. I want to give you value, and if it doesn't bring you value in your life through entertainment or education or something like that, I don't want you to waste your time. I want you to come out on the other end with a better experience in your life and something that will move you forward. So, recently I hired a business coach to help myself out because it's a good thing to do for yourself. And one of the things that we've been doing is getting my time back. Now, this is something I did in my business years ago, and it was great in my lawn business. I was very efficient with it. But after finding somebody that was deceased on a property, going through depression, also traveling around, switching from the lawn care business to now I'm basically a media business where I make videos and create content for you guys, there's a different learning curve. I had to create new systems in my business so that it flowed correctly. And in the meantime, my schedule where I used to show up at these properties the same time every week, well, that went away. And when that went away, the consistency in my life on my scheduling went away. So the first thing I did was get my schedule back together. You can do that through Google Calendar. You can do it with a to-do list on Google Docs and print it off every day so that you can look at it, a piece of paper, and scratch it off. And you can write stuff down because your brain is for thinking and paper is for remembering.
Oh man, I didn't even see that. Alright, so apparently I hit a hidden couch cushion, so I've got to go use the ramp on the setup to kind of jack the front end of the mower up, and we're going to pull all this out of there, so let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so I just want to throw out that I am pretty much now guaranteed to get poison ivy, because that whole backyard has like ground cover of poison ivy back there. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Alright, so that's what we hit. The crazy thing about that is I had no idea that was in the lawn. It was completely hidden, so alright, guess we're ready to go to it again.
Alright, this is not the funnest thing in the world. It's not uncommon for you to get stuck on a property like this, hit something that you didn't see in the lawn, even when you did a walkthrough. I always do a walkthrough on these properties, except when I can't. And when I say when I can't, sometimes the jobs that I do are well overhead high and too dense to walk through. So that makes it very, very complicated. But it is something that happens. Now, I'm picking up a little bit of trash, getting that out of the way. You can't get it all. Sometimes it hides in the grass. Sometimes I'm not even worried about all the little, minute little pieces, because when I'm done, I'll clean it up with a blower. That's just a workflow method that I use. But with that said, I ended up picking up a bagging system for my mower this year that really helps with picking up trash. That's something that I like to do. I really like that method, using a bag on the mower to pick up trash. Not a huge fan of bagging just grass clippings, because it's not actually beneficial for the environment. It's not beneficial for the lawn. It might look better, but ultimately, you know, some of these properties like this abandoned one, it's probably going to get overgrown again, and it's more for your personal satisfaction in your viewing process than it is actually, I would say, more helping people. It does help the neighbor, but you know, that's one thing. It's gonna happen again. Now, properties like this that are local to me, oftentimes what I'll do is I'll make a video on it once, and then when I have time and I'm in the area, I'll go back and cut it again. This past year I actually traveled so much that I wasn't able to do that, and that was kind of, I don't know. I am definitely ready to work in my hometown again, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm not actually from Pryor. I'm from Tulsa. I just happened to be in Pryor that day. But yeah, there's that. So you can already see the results and how far we've come, considering the trees were almost up to the roof close to the house, and now you can actually see the lawn again.
All right, this next part, we've got to mow over here around these couch cushions and stuff, but then we get into this nonsense, and I'm not going to do any weed eating in the backyard, just so you guys know, because there is poison ivy just everywhere. Okay, I got some real quick pickup to do back here. I'm not gonna go picking up a bunch of that stuff. I know from living in the area, this is copperhead season. They are everywhere underneath stuff, and there's just some things you don't do if you don't want to be stupid and get bit. It's that mess around, find out thing. All right, let's mow it up. Cut it up, cut it up.
Alright, this next part is going to help you whether you are in the lawn care industry, have a business of any type, you're married and have a spouse or a girlfriend or whatever it might be. And that's going to be, you're going to need to do a weekly meeting. So this is something that I do with my business coach, and we go over, it's religious. You know, every day on a set time, we go over the expenses and different things in the business and action items on how to make everything better and how to improve it and constantly improve. Because a lot of people look at, you know, trying to improve their business, they might go, well, I need to do this, this, and this. And when you're just talking about it, nothing ever gets done. You know, maybe you do a little bit, but not a lot. And what I found is that if you do a little bit consistently over time, it's going to be a lot. And you're going to show up and show out and be out in front of people more, and things are going to improve in your life. Now, how this might apply if you don't have a business is that you can still have a weekly meeting with your spouse. I would highly suggest this. This is something that my wife and I started. You know, we have always communicated and we had goals, but doing the actual weekly meeting has been amazing. We go, hey, Tuesday at 8 a.m. Every week, Tuesday at 8 a.m. It's religiously, we do not miss it. It happens no matter what. First thing we do is we go over our finances. So we look at the income in, the income out, where it's going. We set up percentages. So I use a profit first method in my own financing, where we set up a money in account. That's where all our money comes. For you, that'd be a payroll account where your money's coming for direct deposit. And then I allocate by percentage where everything's going. So we put 20% towards long-term investments. We're running a business, so we have 30% for tax, 30% for labor for our employees, and we're going to have 20% for our business expenses.
All right. I'm not going to weed eat the backyard because all the poison ivy, but this is Virginia Creeper right here. And we'll see what we can do with it.
Now, if you don't have a business, I would still highly suggest you looking into the Profit First method. You could find either the book by Mike Michalowicz on Audible or Amazon or any bookstore, purchase it and read it, or you could just watch a 20-30 minute overview summary video on YouTube that's going to explain how to set it up, and it's really easy. So in your meeting that you have for yourself or with your business or with your spouse, you want to have action items, so you could put that on your action items as something that you want to knock out.
On the house, that's probably good old lead-based paint. I don't know. The house looks to be old enough. Is it? I have no idea. Is lead-based paint a joke? No. Some of you guys get really worked up about that stuff. I don't know what to tell you.
So I hope the topics that I'm talking about in the video aren't too dry and boring, but you know, it's something I'm really excited about right now, because I'm excited about seeing the improvement that's happening in my life from doing these meetings with my spouse, doing these meetings with my business coach, and just consistently tracking things that we know we can improve on, putting them on our document and saying, hey, by next week, knock this thing out. And sometimes I don't knock out all the items, but what I do is consistently get more done than I would have. And then a lot of things, once you do them, they're done, they're set up, and you just have to either follow through with them or it's a one and done type thing. But what I do know from running my business for several years and then going through this heavy self-help phase in my life in the past is that really you're just looking for a consistent 1 or 2% rate of improvement. And if you can consistently do that day by day, what's going to happen is that compounds over time, and you're going to be much further than you ever would have if you would have done it completely different. Now, I think I talked about getting my time back, and I know I've talked about it in other videos how when I had my business for years I was struggling and I was like, I don't have time, and then I discovered I'm giving my time away to the movies I watch or video games that I was playing. And you know, we all have something, some type of hobby, and if you're trying to run a business, you might find that you have to give up your hobbies in order to have success with that business, which is a really horrible situation, but it's a short-term thing, because in the long term you're going to make your business your hobby or make your spouse your hobby or whatever it might be, and you're going to be able to have those hobbies back. But to improve whatever you're wanting to improve on in your life, you have to be able to dedicate the time that you need to actually do the things that you need to do to make the improvement.
Okay, so what happened was my drive belt to my hydros, the gears that drive the tires, the belt popped off. I don't know if it's broke or if it just popped off, so we're going to examine it real fast. Alright, I think everything's on. Okay, poor design on that. Really hard to get your hands in. Burnt my hand on the engine quite a few times. It sucks, but it is what it is. Let's get back to work.
It is not the movement of the clock that produces the newness of life. It is the movement in your mind. You're going to hear all kinds of things said about you. Throw it behind you. The enemies that you see today, you will see them no more. No weapon formed against you shall be able to prosper. Every tongue that riseth against you, God will condemn. This is my time. Truth of the matter is, everybody in here is going through a change. You don't have to be ashamed of yours. We are all in the process of transforming to a higher, better expression of myself. Let this be the year that I birth a higher, better expression of myself. Don't let the habits of my past stop me from this metamorphosis. New year, new me. New year, new me. What separates us is transformation. The possibility of change. The desire to evolve. The passion to get up off the ground and stop eating dirt. I'm tired of doing what I used to do. If I always do what I've always done, I'll always be where I've always been. I'm gonna throw it behind me. There's somebody in this room that nobody would think would be in a church tonight, but you drew them to this place tonight because you want them to be a new me and a new year and have a new attitude and a new mind. Because the real battleground is in your mind. That's where the fight is. You lay down with it. You get up with it. You go to work with it. You can't digest your food because of it. Smiling in front of people and nobody knows that there's gunfire going off in your head. It's not a geographical location. It's not debt. It's not money. It's not haters. It's not enemies. It's not liars. It's not backbiters. That's not the battleground. Stop wasting your weapons on what people say, because it is not what they say about you that matters. It is what you say about you that threatens your destiny. You will never be defeated by what they say about you. You will be defeated by what you say about you.
I dedicate this to you, to the greatness in you, and to the dream that you showed up on the planet to produce. And it's simply this: if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famish, or gulf, sickness or pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God you'll get it. You have greatness in you.
This poison ivy, it wrapped around my weed eater and it smacked me in the arm. It's not a guarantee that I'll get it. I'll take a shower later. But it ain't good. Could be worse, could be better. I know you want me to pull that last vine. It ain't happening. That one's poison ivy. Well, it's mixed up, but it's definitely poison ivy. Now that I look at the rest of this, it all had poison ivy. Oh! Great. On the way to eat the other side of the yard. All right, generally I would use a tarp, just rake it and tarp this stuff. There's not a whole lot. I'm gonna pick it up. I think we took a crazy property and made it less crazy. Could I have done better? Absolutely. Should I have done better? Absolutely not. This is an abandoned property. Nobody lives here. I got it cleaned up so that stuff's not going in the neighbor's yard. But as far as this stuff growing in the fence, it's pretty irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. So I would much rather spend my time finding a property where somebody actually lives there. It's helping them. With that said, thank you so much. Give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. And the last time I did this, some people told me I was arrogant. And I just want to tell you, don't mix up confidence with arrogance. I'm confident of it. You're watching the Best Damn Lawn Care channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take a moment to thank everybody that supported the channel for so many years. It really means a lot. I never imagined that when I cut the first lawn for free that it would turn into the massive massive movement that it's turned into. There's people all around the world doing this, and I think it's absolutely amazing. I don't really care what their motives are. Some people are doing it for money, some people are doing it for you know, to get seen. Other people are doing it because they enjoy helping people. And I can say that I legitimately do it because I help people. And 5 years ago when I was working on myself and I had nothing, and I really felt like I had nothing to offer anybody, it's pretty amazing. I started working on myself, and then I'm created a worldwide movement through doing this stuff. So it's pretty awesome. And I just want to say that you could do something like that too. You know, I don't know what it'll be for you, but you know, in the Bible it says knock and the door will be open. With a small amount of faith, you know, faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. And I've definitely moved mountains in my life and done things that I never could have dreamed or imagined, and it truly is amazing. Again, thank you. I appreciate it.